Yo, 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 what's up, Maschine Masters? It's your boy D-Ski, and I'm here again with the one and only Anomaly.
What's happening?
Yes, sir. So we just catching up, man, and this is the second round, man, and want to see what's going on with you, you know.
Oh, man, I'm out here in Cali. I had to come out, you know, since I was out here with you in your neck of the woods. I figured it'd be good that we meet up, man.
That's what's up, man.
And my first time meeting you in person, so
right, actually, yeah.
That's really good.
Good to see you for the first time, man. What you got going on out here that brought you out here, man?
Out here working with Timbo.
Okay.
You know, working on a few projects and doing sound design and,
That's what's up.
you know, just keeping it moving.
That's what's up, man. You got any thing in the works that you can share with us?
Yeah. First and foremost, Oracle Pack 3.
Oh, snap.
Coming out. Nice. I actually came out here, caught some good Cali sound that
Oh,
actually gonna
man.
go in the pack, man. So that's gonna be really nice. I'm out here working on a few projects that I may or may not be at liberty to talk
Right.
about,
No, I got
but, you know. But
Mhm.
it's all about music, man, and just keeping the music alive, man, and keeping the sound design alive and forwarding the culture. That's really what it's about. So you know I had to come out here. I'm working with Tim on certain projects, so you know I had to sit him down with the pack and just let him put some headphones on, and then also go in the big room and really vet it, like field test it.
That's
Man,
what's up.
he's like, it's dope. He actually started using it on a few.
Now, what was he working with? What program was he doing his program?
You know, Tim has his signature version, Miko.
Okay.
So he was doing it on that, and I even put a push.
Oh, you got to push in front of him.
Yeah, put a push in front of him.
What was that like, man?
It was nice, man. It
Yeah.
felt, actually, yes, the last 3 days I've been on Snapchat.
Okay.
I'm a Nom 360 on Snapchat.
Okay.
And you can see it's just in there, man. We jamming out. You can see Tim jamming out on the push. I think I posted something on Instagram too. About
Okay.
that. But yeah, he's really excited.
He's getting into it.
Yeah, he's
That'll be
excited about
very
the push
interesting.
and the new sound. So.
Wow, that's gonna be very interesting to see him get into a whole new realm as far as hardware and software, man.
Definitely.
Because he's more like a hardware person, as far as I can tell.
He is, and he and I were talking last night about it. We were such hardware lovers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when it comes to technology, you know, I become a software dude, but I still have hardware.
Yeah.
And so things like Push, even Maschine, the MPC, just merging both worlds together.
worlds, yeah.
So, you know, I'll use this and I won't look at the computer at all. So it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, man, it really is. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do with that push, man. I really.
Go ahead.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine, man. Yeah, man. So with that Oracle pack, man, I know a lot of cats are looking for that, man, because the first two killed it, man. The first two killed it. And the loop pack.
Appreciate it, bro.
I've heard the loop pack on a lot of joints, man.
Yeah, man. I'm happy about that too. You know, I came out here and I've been around to a few studios and a lot of people working on big projects, and they're like, "Oh man, I use this loop and I use that loop." So they're finding their way into a lot of major projects, which is great.
When you did that the loop pack, did you do any like field recordings? Did you take the mic and go different places?
Oh, definitely.
That's what's
You
up.
know, I'll take the mic, I'll go in the woods and you know, make sure it's nighttime, you get the nighttime ambience and you know, just take a couple field recordings and just go crazy.
That's what's up, man. When you were talking to me, you were telling me about, you know, some stuff you were planning on doing with a few people, man. How often is it that you actually sit down and get your production in the ears of other people versus just the sounds?
Quite often. I try to do one just as much as the other.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes one will lead into the other because I've gotten placements where people are like, "Oh man, you know, I heard about your sounds from X, Y, and Z," and then people find out about my beats, and then I get to meet artists, and next thing you know,
it's on
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Tell us a little about the Ableton situation, man, because I hear you're an Ableton guru.
Oh man,
You know what I mean? I see you on Twitter all the time with the Ableton, man.
Listen, man, it's the wave right now, man.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about it. And the great thing about it is it allows you to do so much. You know, every dog pretty much does the same thing, but then Ableton has those extra features, even a whole extra side. Like you're looking at the session view right now.
Right.
And you know, if you follow me on social media, you see I've done as much as like make artificial intelligence programs with it, motion sensor things. And,
right.
Man, it's amazing. And now, you know, you got the push, and that just takes it to a whole nother level. So.
Are there any specific features that Push has and that Ableton has that draws you away from other stuff to that?
Yeah. Number one is the flexibility, which is not a feature.
Okay.
It's more of a benefit.
Yeah.
But the feature, when it comes to Push, and one of the questions I get the most is, what do I prefer more, Maschine, MPC, or Push? Because I use all three.
Okay.
And they all have strengths and weaknesses, but I will say overall, probably the Push. And the reason is, with the Maschine and the MPC and other things, you create in it and then you export to the DAW. Okay. Whereas Push, it is the DAW. You know, that is your whole program, and there's nothing to export to. So it makes it really great. As you can see, you know, I'm traveling, but I only need this one piece, and I'm good.
Right. So is it one of those situations where everything, like, you can go without even looking at the screen type? You can just do everything here in the physical.
Exactly.
Piece.
I only look at the screen if I have to save something or name something.
Wow. So you're doing chopping and everything.
Everything.
Sequence.
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
I mean, I've even gone as far as to record vocals.
Wow.
You know, with the Push. Yeah, because you're really using the tracks inside. It is your actual program.
Okay. Yeah. See, like I told you earlier, man, you gonna make me a believer, man. I'm like a lot of cats, man. Once I find something that works for me, I stick with it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of things in each one of the DAWs I've been using that I'm like, okay, I wish this one did that. I wish this one did that.
Right.
So I'm thinking if I jump over here and it has some of the stuff that they both don't, I'll be happy. You know? So.
Yeah. Myself, I'm a tech buff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a music gearhead. I'm a technology buff. So I'll try everything, and every so often there's just something that just catches me, and I'm like, that's it. The last thing before the Push was Ableton. Okay. And I'm like, let me try it out, and I'm like, this is it.
Okay.
You know?
And they're on 9 now, right?
Yeah, 9.6.
What are some of the improvements they made from the last one?
The main one is the simpler, which is the simplified version of the sampler.
Okay, so simpler, like instead of sampler, simpler?
Exactly.
Got you, okay.
Exactly. It's dope, man, because one of the big things about Ableton that everybody loves is the time stretch. Okay. And the real-time time stretching, meaning, you know, if you speed it up or slow it down, everything just stays in sync. Okay. And now with the simpler, even if you have samples in that, they stay in sync with the whole program.
Wow.
Wow. You know, I mean, that's big, man. That's really big.
That's something that can come in handy now. Think about it.
Yeah.
Switch gears for a minute, man. With the sound design, when you're sitting down and coming up with sounds for packs, what's going through your mind as you search for sounds or create sounds?
Be dope. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you can have some sounds and you're like, man, that's cool, but it could be cooler. That's always my thought process. Like, oh man,
make it better.
It could be cool if I did this or if I did that. So if I make a pack which has X amount of drums, believe I made X times 10 amount of drums, and then pick the best ones, man.
Yeah, because I will say when I noticed when I heard about your kit the first time, before I even knew anything about you or the fact that Timbaland had a sound designer. You know, a lot of people didn't know.
No.
Before I even found out about that, when I heard about the Oracle kit, I went and copped it, and I'm listening through the drums, and I'm like, man, whoever put these together put attention to the detail. You know, you got little tails on stuff. Yeah. You got little extra sounds behind stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this is a high ear for detail to put these together.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, no, sincerely.
But it's really man, it's really just a matter of, like you said, paying attention to the details, man, because I've been sound designing for Tim for about 6 or 7 years now. Okay. And one of the reasons why I do that is because he heard my sounds. He's like, man, like you got it. You would do stuff. You would do stuff that I would do or stuff that I wanted to do. I'm like, man, listen, you know, like mine.
Yeah, gotta go ahead and move with it, man. And now, I'm sure that's taking you places, man. Just sound designing, that's probably taking you many places.
I mean, definitely. I mean, just look at it now. I'm on the other side of the country,
Right?
Because of sound design,
Right?
And production,
right?
You know, it'll take you to a lot of places. You meet a lot of new people, and it's just a great experience, man. And you know, I'm doing what I love, which is music and sound, and also just forwarding the culture, and you know, kind of bringing sound design to the forefront. Like, you know, when producers were kind of in the background, the producers came to the forefront, and now it's this aspect of production, or this auxiliary side of production, which is sound design, and now you see that's becoming more of a focal point.
Right. Yeah, that's something that's definitely changing in the game. The people that used to be behind the scenes are now being put to the forefront. Like, okay, these are the guys that created the foundation.
Right.
Let's take a look at them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See what's going on behind the scenes and kind of pull the curtain back.
Yeah, that's good, because I mean, think about what that says about the attention to detail that the listener is paying. At first, it was about the song or the artist.
Right.
It's like, oh, who's making the music? And now it's broken down to the element of, wow, who's making the sounds? You know what I mean? And it's like, I always say, production of music is like cooking.
Yeah.
Your dish is only as good as the ingredients you put into it. And the sounds are the elements of it. So, you know, the better the sounds, the better the production, the better the song.
Do you have anything else in mind for the future as far as sound packs besides just drums and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to, you know, I think anything that you start that's a passion of yours, especially if it's a business, it should be scalable. Okay. So the scale is definitely going to go up. When the scale goes up, more people are going to be involved in the creation process, and it's just going to become a more quality product, you know. I start off at the highest quality that I can achieve, and just make sure I get better so it can get better, because if I get better, the people using it get better.
Right. Absolutely, man. And I definitely see the leap forward in each kit that you put out. And in fact, I don't know if you remember, man, but when I heard, what was this song? Pusha T.
Yeah.
I hit you up, I'm like, did you do these?
Oh yeah, you talking about
the kicks, the drums, the drums and the snares. I'm like, cause these joints are hitting, and I didn't even know, you know how Timbaland is doing it lately. He's switching the style up so much. You hear Timbaland track, like back in the day, you hear Timbaland and you knew. Now Timbaland is like cloaking it, man. He's like, okay, I got y'all. I'm gonna put something out, y'all not even gonna know this me.
Exactly. You check the credits, and it's just having more resources.
Yeah, that ear to detail.
Exactly.
And I'll hit you up. I'm like, yo, is that you? You like, oh,
yeah, that's
you.
That's me, man. We always in the lab, like really going in on the sound and pushing the envelope and evolving.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if I made mention of this the first time we spoke, but I remember that Busta Rhymes video where Busta's sitting down and you remember that?
They in the studio.
They in the studio. Busta's at the Triton. He pushing the keys. He do some little thing, and Tim like, hold on, do that again. And then he go over there, he sit down, and he worked a little. I'm like, okay, them sounds, man, with the little clicks, the extra clips and stuff like that.
Man, yeah, it's just something about, as being a producer or even a music lover, when you hear like those top notch sounds,
they just click with each other.
Yeah, you get those moments like, man, what was that?
Yeah,
you know, it's almost like a spiritual experience. At least for me,
it is, man. It is overall. It's like a treasure chest, cause you know, that's the first. Like when I get a kit, that's the first thing I do is go through the sounds and see how they complement each other, how they work with each other.
Right.
And like with the sound packs that you, like even the stuff that you did back in the day with the Nico and all that. When I was listening through those, I'm like, okay, these sounds go together so well. There's just no limit to what I can do with them. You know, from the 808s to the clicks to the pops to the little percussion sounds. There's just so much, man, you can do with these.
Right, exactly. Man, listen, it's really limitless. When you have, like I said, you constantly want to evolve, and then technology, we're fortunate enough, technology is evolving with us, if not faster than us. The sky's the limit, man. Like, you know, who knows what people are going to be doing next year or a year after that. Like, you know, I'm really pushing the whole voice technology and motion sensor and all that stuff, so I'm really trying to be decades ahead of the curve.
Right. You were telling me about that. Tell us a little bit more about that too, man, while you're here. Just expound upon it, you know.
Well, if you check my on Instagram or on Twitter, you'll see just little glimpses of what I'm doing and what I'm building. It's,
right.
You know, like I'll talk to my computer, and it's not like a Siri thing where you talk and it pulls it up. You say something, it'll ask you questions based on what you said and do specific things. So it's really interactive.
Like kind of like an intelligent.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it responds to what you. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's going as far as to getting it to learn on its own and you know, do facial recognition and certain things. So when certain people sit down in front of it, it'll pull up templates that you use, or it'll do things that you're accustomed to.
Wow, that is dope.
Appreciate it.
You're talking about changing the game like that. So what kind of got you into that idea for that?
Just wanting to be different and seeing how far I could take stuff.
Push the envelope.
Yeah, it took maybe a few years ago. I learned how to code. Like I taught myself.
Yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, and then you just learn smaller things, and then I'm the type of person, I'm like, well, how far can I take this?
Wow.
Yeah, so I wake up in the morning like, I wonder if I can make it do this or I can make it do that, and then you just keep building and building.
Yeah, man, it's gonna get to the point we're gonna mess around with you with the technology that you're talking about, you know, situating. Go in there in the studio, sit down at a computer, I need you to pull up A, B, and C. It pulls it up, you're like, okay, I need that template for whatchamacallit track I was doing last week. And the computer's like, which one? Like, you know.
You know what's funny? That is exactly what it is.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like it used to be. I remember the days like we were talking about with pause mixing, and how it evolved from that to this, where we're using laptops now. Now you're talking about pushing it further with like motion sensing.
Exactly.
That is insane, bro. My hat's off to you for that. I look forward to that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to that.
I'm a fan of creative people and inventors. You know, Steve Jobs and Einstein.
Yeah. Are you thinking of doing it all yourself, or are you gonna start like a Kickstarter or anything like that?
You know, I meet with a few people now, like people really in the tech world, Silicon Valley, and you know, even a few major artists. And you know, everybody's like, wow, this is like amazing.
Interesting. This man, last time we talked, because you gave me a look at your studio, you got the Push 2 MPC ring,
right,
and then you got a Maschine 2,
right,
studio. Okay, now how do you, like, if you're making a beat, do you just go to one, or do you skip around? Like, do you bounce from the Maschine to something else?
Oh, I skip around.
You just bounce between them?
Yeah, I skip around a lot, and one of the reasons why I do it, other than just loving to have those things, is I like to play more than one thing at a time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I might have samples on the Maschine, and I might have some drums on the Push or on the Renaissance. So this hand is drums, this hand is sample, and I can pretty much kind of bang out the whole track, or at least the whole foundation in one pass.
Everything's music now. Music is everything. I need music. I can call without I turn on the radio. If I go somewhere, there has to be music. I do things better with music.
And anybody that follows you on Instagram and Twitter knows you're always putting up information. Like, you've really dug into this program from what I can tell. Oh, you know some stuff about it.
I've done stuff in the program it wasn't intended to do. Even to the point, like I said, where the people from the actual company came to my house to see what I was doing, and then so I work with Ableton in a small capacity right now.
That's what's up.
To kind of do certain things.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. The goal is always to inspire the next person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I can be an inspiration or a motivator or a trendsetter, I know I'm not just helping myself, I'm helping other people, and that's really what it's about.
Exactly. I'm with you, man. Like I said, however I can help with this technology you're talking about, or any ideas with that, I'm down.
Man, definitely, man.
Yeah.
We're good, you know?
Good,
Check
man.
out Maschine Masters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Where can people reach you at as far as your Instagram, Twitter, and your Oracle packs?
Oh, man. Everywhere on the net, but let's do them in order.
Okay.
The website, soundoracle.net. If you really want to get a glimpse of everything that I'm doing, Instagram at Sound Oracle. And I drop a few gems here and there on Twitter, so definitely follow me on Twitter at Sound Oracle. Okay. And also on Facebook at Sound Oracle.
Gotcha. So go check that out. Cop the packs.
For sure.
Get that loop pack. It'll change your life. It'll change your production.
Definitely. Oracle Pack 3.
Yeah, D-Ski the Ill Eagle.
Sound Oracle.
And we out.